here with Dean and Tim from the Popli Kids, not the Popli Kids. Now, guys, you're about to play a Groove in the Mood tomorrow. You must be pretty excited, Tim.
Super stoked. We're warming it up. We're starting at 11 o'clock, so going to get people ready, I think.
All those people walking in the gates, you're just going to create the mood.
Exactly. We're gonna suck them in like that, like vacuum.
And what about you, Dean? You excited to play in Townsville, your adopted hometown?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, I mean, we've been playing here for a few years now, so I mean, yeah, it's just good to show what we've got, especially on large speakers. I'm pretty excited about the big speakers.
And how did it come about, the set at Groove in the Mood? You mentioned that it just kind of fell in your lap. Is it sort of word of mouth?
Yeah, actually, I would say it was word of mouth. Yeah, for sure.
So, guys, just tell us a little bit about, you know, I know that it's a difficult question for someone who is in a very much a cross-genre type of music, but for someone who hasn't heard your music, maybe just try and describe it to them in a few words.
Well, we play synthesizers, so it's electronic music in a sense, but it's a combination of that, but we're a band, so we write songs and we take the gear out, and we take all the synthesizers out, play the keys, play them with our fingers and stuff. So it's not sort of, there's not a huge pile of like samples and sequences and computers and stuff, but it's all sort of electronic and sort of something people recognize in that way.
It's like an old school electronic setup in that way, isn't it? That you do it all yourself.
Yeah, it's very sort of, I mean, basically all the technology we use existed by about 1975 kind of thing, and exists in a similar format now. So yeah, it's kind of retrospective in that sense, but it's not, you know, it's not strictly just Pink Floyd or anything, you know. It's still got, we've learned lessons from kind of club hits and 4/4s and, you know, pumping bass. Some pretty mean robot vocals on some of the tracks, don't you? Yeah, well, we use a vocoder, so it takes a synthesizer signal and a voice and turns them into one robot vocal. So yeah, it's good because it means I don't have to sing in key ever. You can sing whatever you want.
Dean's got that job, doesn't he? Tend to, you know, you've got a bit more of a melodic line when you sing, and it's got, you know, plenty of effects on it as well. But I was just saying, it sort of almost sounds a little bit placebo-ish. Is that something you enjoy out of this process? You know, like being able to sing and put some nice melodies over the top?
Yeah, definitely. I think with especially lyrically, it's very close to, you know, to my heart. And yeah, basically I just like trying to get my point across to the crowd, and I think using clean vocals is a good way to do that.
Yeah. You guys have an EP that you released a few years ago. Was it about a year ago?
Yeah, it's probably about a year ago. Yeah.
Now, I understand that you give all your music away. You don't charge anyone for the fee of downloading your music. What's the main premise behind that?
I think music should be free, basically.
And do you think that maybe you're kind of like beating them to the punch? You know, if they're going to download it, you may as well just give it to them.
It's true. It's like it can work like that, like sort of quality control. You know, because we put out the sort of highest quality, nicest mix we can, and if you give it out for free, then people go to the sort of the official kind of channel to get it. So yeah, you don't have to wait for somebody to rip the audio off like a YouTube video and put that up and everyone gets that version. You know, you can get the good one sort of out to everybody. And it's weird because, you know, you put things out in a digital format, it's hard to sort of charge somebody for something that, you know, it doesn't really cost anything to sort of duplicate for them. It's kind of, yeah, it's digital.
Now, is that something that's just going to exist for now? You are working on a new album that's going to come out, you know, hopefully later in the year. Do you think you'll charge people for that one?
Well, yeah, the new EP. I don't know. I think we kind of feel like we're working a lot harder on it. So it's going out online primarily. It might be a couple of bucks for a download, and we want to put it on vinyl as well, so people can.
There's a bargain, a couple of dollars. Yeah. Now, tell us about the name, the Popli Kids. It's actually spelt the Popli Kids, with the the two little dots above the I. Yeah, where did this name come from?
It's actually a Simpsons reference. I think Tim could tell you the particular episode.
Tim, Simpsons expert.
Season 8, episode 11. The one where Apu has octuplets. No, it's like it's just it was a thing we were watching in the episode once, and they used the Popli Kids to describe. It's just like a joke in the show, but basically they infer that Popli Kids are massive losers and everybody hates them. So we thought we'd sort of start from there and kind of take that on, and
You're calling yourself losers?
Outsiders, I think. It's people who made the wrong choice in stationery in that episode, and we've expanded it to just people who've made the wrong choice.
All right, guys. Now we're in a really cool space right now, and this is actually part of a building where you guys make all of your music. Just tell us, who wants to tell us where we are? And we've got some guys just randomly painting. This is part of your set design for tomorrow. I hear.
This is our banner. Where we're gonna hang this up. I don't know. We didn't strictly get permission for it, so it might be. I don't know. We had.
So this is where you create everything in one of the rooms down below.
Yeah. Sorry, the building. Back to that. We segue. Hello. This is a building. It's a space. It's full of sort of little rooms like this, and we have one downstairs. And there's these guys do graffiti out of this one. We write in ours, and we record in somebody else's, and then there's more people doing art down the hall, and projections and DJs and stuff. So it's sort of just kind of a hub for people to gather and hang out and make stuff.
It's a pretty great place for someone who wants to be creative and just sort of get away from everything. And you're also surrounded by other creative people. Do you find that helps with you when you're making music and trying to get things done?
Yeah, for sure. I think we draw most of our inspiration from this building, and I think you can definitely hear that in the actual music.
Cool. As where, if people want to listen to the Popli Kids music, where can they find it? I believe you are definitely on Triple J Unearthed.
Yes. You can rate and review on Unearthed, which is nice.
So do you want to take this opportunity to get heaps of people to vote for you on Triple J Unearthed?
I mean, if people like the songs, then they can vote for them.
That was a very nice diplomatic answer.
Take this opportunity for people to be honest.
To be honest. All right, cool. Thanks, guys.